Hello, Key West, and hello, Sydney, Australia, Tokyo, Japan, Jakarta, Indonesia, Hui, H-U-E, Hui, I hope I pronounce it correctly, Vietnam, Delhi, India, Navarra, Milan, Rome, Naples, Italy, Paris, France, Chamonix, France, Calitzdorp, South Africa, London, England, and places in South America, all over the United States and Canada, big time also. Welcome to the Key West Legal Hour. It's interesting. I've been doing this show now for, 4 years, 5 years, and it's amazing the people I hear from during the week. I get emails from people now all over the world on a consistent basis. I heard from my friend Jackie in Jakarta, Indonesia this week. She is Catholic. Indonesia happens to be the largest Muslim population in the world, and they're prone to burn Catholic churches, and they're prone to beating Catholics up in the street, and she got beat up this week. Just walking along the street, some people knew she was Catholic, and they knocked her around. In Italy, from Milan, Italy, I heard from a friend this week. Italy's been in trouble, like the United States is economically. We know that with the euro, they're pressed. And real estate doesn't move. The values are down dramatically. And she told me that things are starting to pick up in England, and the prognostication is that by next year, prices are going to start going up in Italy on real estate. I hope so. Okay, interesting week to talk about. I'm going to dwell a bit today, quite a bit, on poverty, because I think it's something that we know but don't see, or perhaps we don't want to see, or we do not wish to acknowledge. Michael Snyder recently wrote a very interesting article, long, detailed, which I read, and it was about poverty in the United States. I'm talking now about the 99%, not the 1% who are filthy rich. I'm talking about the 99% who are struggling now in this country, recognizing that the middle class is just about totally gone. Poverty among the 99% is exploding. It's on the rise. And let me give you some examples, okay? You're going to be shocked. More Americans today are on welfare than have full-time jobs. More Americans are on welfare than have full-time jobs. This one blows my mind. 1.2 million public school students, 1.2 million public school students are homeless. They leave for school in the morning from under the bridge, out of the woods, or an abandoned car. That's where their mother says goodbye, have a good day. We're in an economic recovery, we're told. And we are. I mean, I am absolutely amazed at the economic recovery which has occurred since the devastation of 2008. The only trouble is the rich benefited and not the poor, not the people. When I talk poor, I'm talking middle class and the poor, and this low-income people in this country. It seems like the rich got richer and the poor poorer. And it's the have and the have-nots. There's no question about it today in our American society. And people are getting mad. People are getting angry. I'm talking about the 99%. And when you have difficulty eating, we're going to talk about food stamps shortly, and you can't put food on the table as you should. You can't afford to send a kid to college. The middle-class dream is gone, no question about it. People are angered. And that anger starts boiling over. And who knows what's going to happen in this country. What happened in Cairo, what happened in Egypt, what happened in Turkey, what has happened in other countries can happen here. We can have riots. No question. People will demonstrate. Then one of the demonstrations, somebody's going to hit somebody. Now it's a riot because there's an altercation. And who knows where it goes. I'm not preaching revolution. I'm saying, though, the way our government is operating, they are prepping this country, perhaps, for another revolution. Agree with me, disagree. That's my thought. Now, some more facts. Half of the public students in the United States, public school students, come from low-income homes. Most of the kids in this country used to come from middle-class homes. I came from a middle-class home. Most of you did. But today, they are coming from low-income homes. The gap between the rich and the poor is getting wider. We know this. The trouble is, the poor pay attention to it, the 99%, but the rich don't. They don't care. They're making money. They could care less. They've never had it so good in this country. They make more and more money every day, and they have become blind to the problems of the 99%. Were you aware that the median income, the average income, has fallen every year for the last 5 years? People are making less, working people, less and less money. The quality of jobs in this country is poorer today. This will shock you. 1 out of every 4 Americans is working for $10 an hour or less. 1 out of every 4 Americans is working for $10 or less. No way a living wage, okay? No way a living wage. Now let's talk about food stamps. It's in the news all the time. A few weeks ago, the House of Representatives voted to cut food stamps over 10 years by $40 billion. That's a big number. That's like $3.8 billion a year. Recognizing that 47.5 million people in this country are on food stamps right now. That is how they eat. There was a stimulus package in 2009 to help people. And besides helping businesses, in that law was money for the poor. They added on to the food stamp program because there were more people. As of today, that stimulus package with regard to food stamps is gone. The Congress did not renew it. It means there's going to be a 13.6% cut in the food stamp program. That only amounts to $36 a month per family. $36 a month per family. But when you look at the fact that that family is living on $287 a month total, $36 is a lot of money. 1 out of every 5 households in the United States today is on food stamps. A disgrace. Richest country in the world. 1 out of every 5 households. Another thing, we are the wealthiest nation in the world. Why is it then that 1 out of every 4 children in this country is enrolled in the food stamp program? 1 out of every 4 children in this country is enrolled in the food stamp program. The number of people on foods, I got to tell you this because people aren't aware, and we should be. The number of people on food stamps in the United States today exceeds the total population of the 25 smallest states in the Union. Big, big. People think food stamps must put prime ribs of beef on the table and all other kinds of delicacies and good foods. It doesn't. Food stamps amount to $4 a day per person. That's all, $4 a day, a minimum amount. It is projected by economists who are into this food stamp thing that 50% of all children in the United States will be on food stamps. Will be. They're not there yet before they're 18 years old. Disgraceful. Now, some quick thoughts by me. And the one that bothers me the most is this. When Obama ran for president the first time, the Republicans said he's going to have a redistribution of wealth. He's going to take money from the rich and give it to the poor. I believe we have had a redistribution of wealth under Obama. Unfortunately, and this is wrong what's happened, and he's wrong in this regard. It's gone from the poor to the rich. In other words, the rich have gotten richer and the poor poorer. That's how the redistribution worked. There is a governor in Ohio by the name of John Kasich. He used to be in Congress. He's a conservative. I always admired him, but he is a conservative. He's been governor of Ohio. He had some problems. Anyhow, he said in a speech this week that we're starting to make war on the poor. Conservative Republican governor of Ohio. We are starting a war on the poor in this country, and it is wrong. And when I come back, I'll have more to tell you. We're going to station break. Thank you.